Hello. So good to meet you at our global motivational meeting. We are reading World Scriptures book. This God's words to inspire and empower with positive vibe for the day. This holy book are helping billions of people, families, communities, countries, and the whole world, and will help you to just read these quotes and practice daily. As we're reading this holy book from the beginning, please find all the chapters at our Message to Billion channel. Now we are reading about how to have a happy life and prosperous. Let's read further about intellectual knowledge and spiritual wisdom. There is a huge difference between intellectual knowledge and the spiritual truth that is conducive to salvation and enlightenment. Intellectual and conceptual knowledge, for all its utility in the world, does not always profit the spiritual seeker, and too much of it may even impede higher realization. There is a gulf between Athens and Jerusalem, between the conceptual systems of secular philosophy and the secular truth of religion. Scriptures call us to check our priorities as we live in an age that pushes secular learning. A second topic of this section concerns way of knowing. While intellectual knowledge is gained through empirical perception of sense data and rational formulation of theories, spiritually minded people employ institution and sensitivity to the inner dimensions of reality. Reliance upon reason can be an impediment to the spiritual path. Hence, much religious practice such as Zen Buddhism is aiming to blocking the intellect. For instance, the Zen koan has a dog, the Buddha nature, only leads the questioner into a welter of mental confusion until he realizes that the way out is beyond any conceptual understanding whatsoever. Nevertheless, Father Moon regards both the path of rational and spirituality as having their place in the kingdom and seek for a balance. The final text returns to the opposition between secular knowledge and divine knowledge, focusing particularly on the damage caused by science and technology when it is not restrained or directed by spiritual wisdom. Ultimately, science and all secular knowledge needs to be guided by what Father Moon calls absolute values, the true love of God that seeks to benefit humanity and the whole creation. Intellectual knowledge does not profit for salvation. What has Athens to do with Jerusalem? Knowledge puts up, but love builds up. If anyone imagines that he knows something he does not yet know as he ought to know, but if one loves God, one is known by him. My now deceased mother really scolded me. She said, go away somewhere into the wilderness, since all you seem to do is look at books. For all the days to come, you will be pitiful because of the book blocks your path. Never will anything be revealed to you in a vision, for you live like a white man. Of making many books, there is no end, and much study is weariness of the flesh. 1,000 and 100,000 feet of intellect shall not accompany man in the hereafter. This is the knowledge to seek the self as the true end of wisdom. Always to seek anything else is ignorance. Rabbi Elazar, his said, offering of birds and purification of women, these are the essential precepts. Astronomy and geometry are but fragments to wisdom. Further, let's read quotes from the second Messiah, Father Moon. The ideal world will not be realized based upon the human brain, but upon God's love. Philosophy and religions have a different starting point. Philosophy at its best is a human quest and search of God, but religion is the path laid out for us to meet God and begin to live with God. Extensive reading of sacred text and philosophy books that line library shelves does not enable you to achieve unity of mind and body. Know that no amount of knowledge will enable you to fulfill the ideal of creation. Neither knowledge, no power, no money avail us to fulfill God's ideal of creation. Only with love can we fulfill it. The same goes for the purpose of our life. Only with love can we accomplish it. Therefore, parents who push their children to study all day long, thinking that it is the only way to success, are making a serious mistake. Do not boast because you attend the first-rank university. I do not regard it is such a great thing. Maybe you study 7 hours per day, that amount to about 2,000 hours in a year. But if you divide it by 24 hours, it is not that many days. It is nothing to brag about. Love is far more precious and it cannot be learned so quickly. Love is absolute and eternal, so you cannot master it even in your whole lifetime. You can receive a PhD after studying a field of secular knowledge for a few years, but you cannot get the diploma of love even after 30, 40 years because the field of love is without limit. Love keeps expanding only to circle around and returning to the starting point. You can spend an infinite amount of time studying love. Nevertheless, you never grow tired of it. It is just fun. Feel it with more happiness, gratitude, and dignity than anything else in the world. If you are so cocksure of your intellectual prowess, go ahead and see where it leads you. The story of your demise will simply become another cautionary tale in the textbook for raising true sons and daughters. Absolute value relates to love and emotions, not intellect. Love is the highest value containing the purpose of existence and the perfection of existence. True love is such that both the giver and the recipient are happy. Love is not something to be learned. It is should sprout and be experienced directly in a person's original mind. The world of intellect develops through cognition, but the world of emotions does not. Therefore, absolute value remains in the dimensions of absolute love, nor intellect. From this perspective, the first cause cannot be found within the sphere of our cognition, but is experienced in an emotional dimension. Values lacking love do not last forever. They are changeable and someday will vanish. Philosophies and teachings up to the present time have been helpful to humankind in some respect, but in other respect, they have misled the development of thought and the progress of history. Hence, it is inevitable that we reevaluate our value system. So powerful quote for today. If you have difficulties, please watch one more time this video. Share this video as we and this billion happy life subscribers marathon. Contact me for consultation, cooperation, and become a member of this Heavenly Parents Holy Community. Wish you a great blessed day and see you tomorrow with more powerful quotes. Stay happy, healthy. Yours, Coach Nikolai Serpala. Bye bye.